Okay, in this video, we are going to go over how to solve linear equations and formulas. So in the previous video, we learned how to solve linear equations with a variable. Now let's go over how to solve linear equations. Okay, so linear equation or formula, so you see the word linear is an equation that expresses a relationship between more than one variable. So usually you have just one variable like x, but in linear equations you have more than one variable. So if you look at this example, a equals 1 over 2 b times h. So you have A, B, H. You have these letters. They are all variables. And AX plus BY equals C. They are all variables. The equation y equals 5x minus 1 is in terms of x because x is input and independent variable. And in the next unit in functions, you have to know these vocabulary words. So x in terms of x means x is the input or independent variable. When solving a linear equation or variable, the steps are the same as solving an equation with one variable. Do not get confused. You will have variables in your solution. So let's try the example problems. So on the left column, you have questions, linear equations with one variable. And now on the right column, you have linear equations or formula. So to solve linear equations, x minus 5 plus equals negative 4, you add 5 on both sides. So x equals negative 4 plus 5 is positive 1, so x equals 1, right? Now you have a minus b equals c. Here you want to solve for a, you want to separate a, you want to isolate a. So how can you get rid of minus b? To undo minus b, you are going to add b on both sides. So a equals c plus b. Negative 9 plus x equals negative 4. To find x, how can you undo negative 9? You are going to add 9 on both sides. X equals negative 4 plus 9 is positive 5. Positive 5. And then you have negative a plus b equals c. You want to separate b. To undo negative a, you are going to add a on both sides. So as you add 9 to both sides, you have to add a on both sides, and then b equals c plus a. Okay, 6 plus x equals 3. To find x, you're going to subtract 6 on both sides. X equals 3 minus 6 is negative 3. A plus b equals 0. You want to solve for b. Subtract a on both sides. B equals 0 minus a. B equals negative a. Sorry. Okay, next examples. Negative 3x equals 21. To undo multiplication, you're going to divide both sides by negative 3. X equals 21 divided by negative 3 is negative 7. Okay, so you have d equals rt is r times t, right? And we want to separate t. We want to separate t. In order to separate t, you have to get rid of r. This is multiplication. To undo multiplication, you have to divide both sides by r. Then t equals d over r. Okay, now you have a fraction. How can you find negative 8? So you can multiply both sides by negative 3 over 2, right? And negative 3 over 2. Reciprocals will be cancelled. X equals positive 24. Negative 8 times negative 3 is positive 24. X equals 12. Here you want to separate h, right? So you want to get rid of these. So let's first multiply both sides by 2. This will be cancelled. You have 2a equals bh. We still have b, so divide both sides by b. H is equals to a over b. Okay, and how do you find x? Multiply both sides. Cross multiply. 6 times x equals 3 times 4. Divide both sides by 6. X equals 12 over 6, which is 2. This one you can also do cross multiplication. So rewrite v as v over 1. Do the cross multiplication. Okay. Then v times p equals k times kt times 1. So if we want to isolate t, divide both sides by k. 1t equals vp over k. So 1t is the same as t, right? So you can write t equals vp over k.